What is up, guys? You got NotTheWorst here, bringing another Black Desert online video, and today we're taking a look at the patch notes for January 17th. We've got a few new events. We've got several class tweaks, some updates on some of the classes as well, other than just tweaks. So let's get into the events to start off with and take a look. First off, we have Enter Garmoth the Blue Dragon. So there is going to be blue Garmoths that are spawning. You can pick up an extra quest from the same guy you're already getting the Garmoth quests from, and when you complete them, you can get up to 1,000 cron stones because it is repeatable. You'll see on each turn, and it's 250 crons. You also get 10 Garmoth scales. They don't seem to be advertising that everywhere, but yeah, the cron stones obviously a little added bonus, solidifying its supreme title as Cronmoth, since it'll be dumping out those extra. You will still be able to complete the normal Garmoth quest so that you're getting your usual bundles as well, and she'll be blue, so there's that. Next up, we have the Moon Week following last week's Sun Week, so just complete a Moon boss but until January 31st. After accepting a quest from the Black Spirit, you'll get a rank 1 reward along with it, same as we got for last week. So I would imagine next week we'll probably get the green one going, but we'll see. We've got Secret Book of the Old Moon treasure chests that are spawning, same as the Blessing on Commissal ones that we had before, where you're going to get that buff added on for 2 hours, which will stack on top of itself. This one's got a little bit of an added benefit in that you don't actually have to interact with the treasure chests that drop for these. You just hit it. So by attacking it, you'll be able to have your pets loot it for you. It was a little annoying if you're in some of the more difficult grind zones and you had a bunch of mobs spawn on top of you, and then there's a Blessing of Commissal thing that comes up and you're like smashing R real fast. So that part has been alleviated. Next up, we have some class changes. A lot of these got like smaller tweaks. I'm going to go through each one, so use the timestamps if you are not interested in each of the ones for it, and you can jump to whichever class you're looking for, or just jump into the other content updates if you're not interested in the class changes at all. So for Ranger, we have Vine Knot had it so that the quicker it's going to make the character land quickly after using the skill. Sorc has a change of violation so that you change to rotate the character immediately according to the camera's direction at the start of the skill, so it's got camera turning on it upon use. Soul Harvest is improved combo speed on it. Into Maeh, we have Prime Petal Swirl getting a improved combo speed, as well as Razor Blade Corolla getting the same treatment. And then in the Awakening set for it, improved combo speed on Petal Swirl, coming to specifically to combo more smoothly with Moonrise, Sleet Step, Stub Arrow, Evasive Shot, Oppression, Maeh's Will, the Ultimate version, and Chaos Crimson Gust. We've got improved combo speed on Frost Pillar, Flow Tip of an Iceberg, and then just a little issue fix on Sleet Steps. For Kuno, we have on Kunai Block, it changed to not consume stamina while using the skill, which is interesting. Tragic Blade was changed from automatically activating if below 400 stamina to pressing LMB on Kunai blocks. Kunai blocks. I guess, yeah, the name's Kunai Block, so it also blocks. Sure. Succession Kunai Throw and Shadow Stomp improved to immediately activate Shadow Stomp after using Kunai Throw while airborne, and improved the animation combo speed as well. Into Awakening, Flow Pinwheel Fury changed to make the Shadow Clone appear faster. Lethal Spin Spree slightly increased the forward movement speed during the skill, and changed to allow movement in the direction the character's facing, and changed so that it no longer passes through other characters. Dance Macabre changed to always move the maximum distance and perform the attack even if there are enemies in the middle, and accordingly changed to allow the attack in the middle of movement by pressing left mouse button during the skill. Ninja, we have a note on here as well. For the Awakening Ninja, we've tweaked the Seamless skill to exclude its bound effect in PvP, enabling the ninja to benefit from the melee AP boost during combos. Furthermore, we've ensured that the Shadow Slash is instantly performed after Surakatana skills, offering the ninja greater flexibility for surprise attacks or swift movements. So we can see on Fatal Blow, Shadow Stomp changed to immediately activate Shadow Stomp after Fatal Blow. Smokescreen gets a cooldown reduction from 12 seconds down to 10 seconds. Alert Stance is improved to activate the skill backwards with RMB after using Cutthroat or Boss Slaughter. Awakening has Drastic Measure changed to charge faster, and changed to display the charging status in accordance with the actual charging animation. Seamless, as they noted, changed to apply the bound debuff for PvE only. Shadow Slash changed to immediately perform the skill when used after other Awakening skills. For Witch, we have just Barrage of Lightning getting a little smoother and faster combo into other skills. Mystic, we've got a note for as well. The Awakened Mystic was designed to favor battles where she consistently dealt damage while glancing off or taking blows. However, this meant that she had to give up on stacking offensive stats, did it really, and more so on gearing up defensively to survive combat. To address this issue, we removed the HP recovery on Hurricane Sweep moves to now be recovered through her major skills of Wave Orb, Rising Dragon, and Sea Burial, thus allowing the Mystic to consistently deal damage to recover her health. Also, just as consuming Martial Spirits and performing a Wave Orb, Rising Dragon, and Sea Burial increased her damage, we felt reducing the Martial Spirit cost for certain skills would allow for more frequent usage of such skills in her combos. So first up, we got Flash Step into Elbow Edge, had an issue fixed with reduced travel distance, and then Flash Step into Scissor Kick, and now combos into the latter skill's attack 1. Prime Scissor Kick changed the floating debuff to now be applied during attack, the first hit of it. Wave Orb and Sea Burial improved to combo smoothly from Hurricane Kick. Dragon's Pit is improved to combo more smoothly and had a cooldown reduction from 25 seconds to 20 seconds, and you can now quick slot it with your gauntlet. Dragon's Rip changed to now instantly activate Wave Orb without charging when comboed. Hurricane Sweep no longer recovers HP per move and added recover 30 HP per hit effect, and it does include the Black Spirit version. Wave Orb, same idea here, no longer recovers HP when fully charged. Change to apply the Sea Dragon effect without consuming Martial Shards when fully charged. Change to recover 200 HP when using the skill, and consuming Martial Spirits will recover 300 HP. This includes cases when instantly performing the skill, and change to consume 2 Martial Spirits to apply the Sea Dragon upon gathering 2 Martial Spirit Shards. Changed so you can now only combo into Flash Ship after fully charging the skill. Rising Dragon is now changed to recover 200 HP when using. It's 300 when it's done with Martial Spirit Shards, and it now consumes 1 shard as well. Sea Burial changed to now consume 1 shard to apply the Sea Dragon effect upon gathering the 1 shard. Remove the previous effect where there was only 1 Spirit Shard, and changed to now recover 200 HP when using it, and again, the Martial Spirit version is 300 HP. Now I move into Sage, which were some interesting changes as well. Succession Sage has demonstrated strength in group battles and PvP through high damage output, his disruptive nature, and stability provided by Rift Chain. As a class known for having casting actions for each skill and feeling rather slow overall, this we saw to compensate by allowing for maximum damage output at higher levels. However, we decided to increase the interval when the Sage disappears after using Rift Chain and the Super Armor buff obtained at the end of the skill, which will require Sage to be more strategic with the skill usage. Also, we adjusted the advantage of reduced cooldown time for the reset skill obtained through the effect of Prime Overdrive. No longer will using Key Mastery or Ader's Thorn grant the reduction, which bore no risk even if wasted in midair. Now you'll gain the cooldown reduction when using main skills that are more risky to use in midair. So let's take a look. So first up, we have Prime Form Shift losing its magic AP self buff, which was plus 16. However, don't fret over that. They made another change that's going to kind of counteract that. Prime Overdrive, however, changed so that it and 8-Horse Thorn, Keep Mastery and 8-Horse Thorn no longer obtain Overdrive's effect, and changed to apply Overdrive's effect twice when using the following skills. This is going to be, buckle up, Spatial Collapse, Flow Finishing Touch, Ader's Energy, Void Gateway, Dimensional Compression, Gravity Rift, Atumagia, Prime Rift Storm, and Prime Spear Bolt. Overdrive's effect stacks up to 4 levels for Black Spirit skills, to note. Prime Rift Chain had its cooldown changed from 4 seconds to 7 seconds. Insert Sage main comments down below. Then we got the damage increased on the following skills, not like massive amounts. I assume this was done to kind of counterbalance the self AP buff, which is an interesting way to go about that, but they did it. So we see slight damage increases, as well as the PvP damage reduction being increased on these. On Prime 8-Horse Fist, Prime Spatial Fissure, Prime 8-Horse Mark, Prime Form Shift, Prime 8-Horse Energy, Prime Rift Storm, and Dimensional Compression as well. Next up, we have Corsair, and we changed Succession Corsair to now inflict debuffs on opponents more frequently by utilizing not only the Prime Whirling Slash, but also Prime Maraca Sea Stroll. Additionally, we've eliminated the difficult to land attack while moving with Sea Stroll and changed the skill to deal faster damage while applying a debuff. I kind of wish they included a graphic for this one because that was kind of hard to contextualize without it, but obviously we can just see it in game. So for Sea Stroll first up, they reduced the cooldown as well from a 20-second to a 12-second, and naturally that moves the add-on tier from 3 to 2, and changed to have no attacks while moving, and the damage of the last attack's been adjusted to compensate for that. However, the effect of the no guard recovery applies to the path that Corsair passes, so while moving. Added the air attack debuff on that as well. Then a little issue fix on Sea Stroll with the float application. And then for Flow Dream Swirl, the cooldown was changed from 30 seconds to 20 seconds as well. Next up, we got Drakania. They've got a note for this one too. Awakened Drakania was able to swiftly approach and ambush enemies using the mobility gained from Flow Markethan's wings and Flow Wings of Destruction. Particularly, Wings of Destruction allowed for starting flight from a distance and moving, then suddenly disappearing and reappearing with Core Tectonic Slam or Core Storm Maul to apply debuffs. This made it difficult for opponents to respond. True. To address this, changes have been made to allow combos out only after the landing motion, giving opponents somewhat of a fighting chance to respond to Awakened Drakania's mobility. Also, we've adjusted Markethan's Heart HP recovery effects to prevent Drakania from suddenly recovering too much HP during combos. Instead, a certain level of HP can be maintained continuously when dealing damage outside of combos. So let's take a look at what that looks like. So first up, for the Dragonflight, changed the skill to be unable to combo into Hexblood Tectonic Slam, Hex Storm Maul, Hex Tip of the Scale, and Dragonblood Tip of the Scale while flying. Changed so that you can land when pressing E, RMB, or LMB during flight. The skill combo into Hex Tectonic Slam and Hex Storm Maul after the character has fully landed. They kind of notated that twice, but okay. Improved to smoothly combo with Hex Tip of the Scale and Dragonblood Tip of the Scale after landing, and smoothly combo again with the same ones after landing or while evading laterally. For Hexblood Tip of the Scale, change to consume 150 stamina when attack 3 is activated while moving. Accordingly, stamina does not recover, and change the attack 3 of Refraction, Flow Markethan's Wings, and Flow Dragonflight to move further when comboed. Dragonblood Tip of the Scale also consumes 150 stamina if activated while moving, and of course does not recover. And then here's what they were talking about with Markethan's Heart. Change the HP recovery effect of Hexblood Extinction and Dragonblood Savage Decree 5% of max HP 2 times, going to 4 times, up to 50% of max HP. Then changed HP recovery effect of Doombringer. Same idea, 5% of max HP 6 times. Now it's going to be 4 times, up to 50% of max HP. We see this on Sundering, the Dragonblood version of Sundering Roar, going from 5% 10 times to 6 times, up to 50%. And then lastly, they fixed the issue where Drakania's HP intermittently recovered additional HP when using Doombringer during other skills, even though her HP was more than 50%. Then for Flow Obliterate, the PvP damage gets some reduction. It is going to do less damage in PvP. The previous reduction amount being 27.3% is now being reduced by 38.6%. So that's a pretty decent size chunk there. Next, we have Maegu, specifically Awakening. The Awakened Maegu was designed to suddenly ambush adventurers in PvP with debuffs through the Fox Flare Ambush, Hazy Path, Twirling Crane combo. However, even if you manage to apply a debuff, there's no defensive effect when using Wind Step in following combos. So unless you were facing an individual foe, you always had to retreat midway without finishing off the enemy. To address this, we made the Twirling Fox Flare into Flow Fox Flare Encore combo more usable for small and large-scale fights. Additionally, to speed up the hit-and-run playstyle of the Awakened Maegu, the HP recovery and cooldown of Twirling Crane has been adjusted. Let's take a look at what that looks like. So Hazy Path can now be used with WRMB on your main weapon if you lock Heavenward Dance. That can be kind of handy. Then they added Forward Guard to Twirling Fox Flare, which you could have picked up through the core, so that now applies stiffness on it if you learn the core version. And then Twirling Crane had the HP recovery changed from 30% of max HP to 40% of max HP. The cooldown gets reduced from 18 seconds to 16 seconds, and you can also quick slot it with your main weapon, which is definitely going to be handy too. Scholar just has trial version added. That's essentially it for that. So there's the class changes for it. Done with that, let's jump into content updates, and probably my favorite update out of this patch, and probably one of my favorites for a while, the Black Shrine Boss Blitz teleport. You can now access it similarly as Pit of the Undying, so you can jump into it in a town instead of having to teleport to your desktop after using the Magnus, so that's pretty great. So added a feature that allows immediate entry to Black Shrine Boss Blitz location. Dokebi Princess has started to cast a special spell for the Traveler challenging the Black Shrine. You can move to each boss location via the Start Boss Blitz button, and after combat ends, you'll be returned to your original location. It cannot be used in the Pit of Undying, to note that. It's got the Princess's Guide, Black Shrine UI, which informs about aura management, moving to the Boss Blitz location. So great. General trade has functionally been turned off. I'll read the dev note on what they're doing here. They did mention they were going to be doing this in a prior update. The general trade conducted via the order contract is going into rest. Interesting way to phrase it. Processing trades such as ingots and crop boxes will remain as before. We're currently exploring ways to revamp general trade to better showcase the diverse features and charm of the vast Black Desert world. As part of this process, we're easing some restrictions on trade items. From now on, you'll be able to use the Magnus even when you have fish or coins. Pretty handy. Consider this update a step towards easing the various restrictions previously imposed by trade. So there you go. And then they just kind of give you the breakdown on that. We'll get more information as they kind of determine what they're going to be doing. with the overall trade overhaul. Lastly, here for Sulfur Mine or the prison, specifically the jail, decrease the number of guards and executors and increase their attack damage by 33%. Change so if you escape the maze of the Sulfur Mine prison by avoiding the guards and executors site, your family karma will cover by 30,000. Reduce standby time before the guards attack after detecting a prisoner. Increase the distance the guards and why am I having problems saying the word executor? I don't know. Chase after detecting a prisoner. Increase the distance at which they detect a prisoner when the prisoner is standing. Reduce the distance and angle at which the guards and executors. I keep wanting to say executor. That's why I read it, and every time I'm thinking of the Pokemon executor every single time, and that's what I want to say. So I pause trying to say executor. It's just not a common word I read. Anyways, you get the idea. So they've made it so you're going to get more stuff buffed up. Good. Gathering tool simplification. They've essentially condensed all the mass amounts of like low grade tools into a single item. So you can see how they've done that, like standard ones, sharp, steel, shining, lucky, and what have you. Those get condensed. Also, they changed the magical tools to have no gathering level limit on them. They used to be skilled 5 requirement prior to that. So it might be nice if you're just on kind of a whatever. And you'll see that the vendors gathering tools are now just this one that has an 8-second time, since they've condensed all of the previously used materials, since there was about a gajillion of them. Similarly, they have condensed the weapon and armor reform stones. So there's just a single stone now. The ultimate variations of them, the 1 through 3 is kind of a thing of the past that hasn't been relevant for quite some time, to be quite honest. And now we got some issue fixes and UI updates. So let's go over and check out the Pearl Shop, see what we got going on over here. You will first note that we do technically have a Pearl Shop bonus. It is not quite as good as the buy one get one. Let me explain. It's a step up set, which means you have to purchase step 1 before you can buy 2, before you can buy 3. You can see that 1, 2, and 3 is going to cost you 6,000 pearls. So we can compare this to the 6,000 pearl buy one get one that everyone loves, including myself. So first up, you have to purchase the step 1. This is 1,000 A coins, and you're going to get 1,300 pearls here. Not anything super wild, but it's required to get us to the next one, which is very good. This is 2,000 A coins, which is going to get you functionally 3,000 pearls. You get 2 1,000 boxes and a bonus of a third, so 3,000 pearls in there. And then the last one, step up 3, is another 3,000 A coin. This gets you 2 sets of a 3,000 plus 200. So this is going to total out 6,000 A coins, and it gives you 10,700 pearls, which is still a very, very good deal. Just to note, it's not quite as good as when they have the buy one get ones, or 1 plus 1, whatever you want to call it. So don't be fooled by that and then love this one. I mean, I'm gonna buy it. It's still a great discount. I'm just noting it's not as good as 1 plus 1. So keep the 1 plus 1s alive. We have special anniversary pack for 2030 pearls. This has a choose your 7-day box and a made for hire, and then 50 artisans. Bonus, you're going to get a glorious storage increase, and then 30 memory fragments. We've got special anniversary pack 2, 3,800 pearls. It's got a premium outfit box, 15-day box, and a made for hire in there. Then we've got them bringing back the winter outfits. Again, we just had these, but sure. The Jolly Winter Dream Outfit box is available and on sale 10%. You'll see the same with the Winterland Soiree. We've got a 10 plus 10 daily enhancement pack. That's kind of interesting. 360 pearls, and it's got 20 artisans, 20 cronstones, and 20 Valkskry with it. Then we have a daily cronstone pack. We just had these, but I assume these were actually pretty popular, especially with the state of costumes for all servers as far as being able to purchase. That includes NA. Has been a little rough these days. 170 pearls gets you 100 cronstones. You can purchase it once per day. We've got Artisan Custom Enhancement Pack. Of course, there's going to be level 1 and level 2. For level 1, we've got 2810 pearls is going to get you 150 artisans, 50 mem frags, a 50 stack, and a custom enhancement box level 2. Then for the level 2, it's 5100 pearls. This guy's going to get you 300 artisans, 100 memory fragments, 260 stacks, and the ultimate custom enhancement box. Arctic Fox makes its return into the shop. He's 1800 pearls if you want to pick him up. Of course, he comes with some feed along with it. We've got a various pets box here, 2640 pearls, and you get to choose 3 from the list below. Notably, it does have the polar bear in there, and it's got JoJo as well, which is the longer range one if you're looking for things like that. A few other options. It does come with some feed, of course, and some item collection scrolls along with it. We've got the Abundant Agris pack, which I believe is the farming outfit. It's 2890 pearls, which comes with that costume and the Fence of Abundance. You get a bonus of a 7-day sealed book of life, 3 book of Florin, 3 perfume of swiftness, and 2 Laura's Warm Black Tea. We've got discounts on storage items. Those ones are going to be 20% off, and that's for Velia, Hydael, and Calpheon cities. And then we have the weekly outfit on sale this week is the Ranger Merid Star Premium set. It's 3060 pearls. And lastly, we got 20% off on Nader's Parchment. If you're getting into the enhancing game, it's 880 pearls. Not quite lastly, because there's also Captain's Medallion is 10% off as well. Limit 40 purchases per family, so keep it tight there. There you have it for this week's patch notes and Pearl Shop. Let me know what you guys think about what's going on in the comments down below. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to like it. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe so you get notifications when new videos go live. And if you'd like to catch me playing live, there's a link to my Twitch page in the description down below. Jump on over there, drop a follow so you get notifications for that as well. With that said, that's going to be it for this one. I want to thank everybody for watching, and I will see you next time.